God limited in our lives. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 21. It says in verse 21, it says, "For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all his paths. His own iniquities entrap the wicked man, and he is caught in the cords of his sin. He shall die for the lack of instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray." Now, just reading that verse, that does not paint a great picture about sin. Okay? Does that verse sound very good? Let me read those words again. He says, his iniquities entrap him. He's caught in the cords of sin. He shall die. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound very positive, does it? No. That's not like saying, woohoo, there's a party going on, is there? No, there's not. So, that is telling us that sin is not a good thing. We talked about in weeks past what the definition of sin was. It's anything that's against the law of God or the Bible. It's anything that's against what God has for us. It's against God and His guidelines for our lives. We talked about 1 Corinthians 13 being the fulfillment of the law of love. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it goes through all the aspects of love, which is everything that God wants us to be. Now, I'll be honest. Listen, everybody in here is a human being. I'm a human being. I think everybody in here is a human being. And there will be times as a human being where you may stumble and fall, okay? But that doesn't mean that if you fall, you stay down. Say, I'm not going to stay down.
I'm not going to stay down.
What do you do when you get down?
Get back up.
You get back up. So, when you fall into something, you make a mistake, but you learn from it, okay? You don't just sit in it. You learn from it, and you get back up. Because if you stay down, you don't do much when you stay down on the ground, do you? How many here play football or play a sport? When you fall down, if you stay down, what does that mean? You're out of the game. You cannot play anymore. Okay, exactly. Listen, when a guy was on a football field and he stayed on the ground, that meant he was injured. That meant he was coming out of the game. God does not want you spiritually to get out of the game that He has for your life. He doesn't want you to get injured and have to go sit on the bench. God wants you to be a participator in His plan for your life. He doesn't want you to have to sit out. And that's the thing is with sin, it's a stomach block to get us out of the game. Because the devil does not want you in the game. Because the devil knows that just like the star quarterback or the star running back or the star wide receiver, that if you take out the star player from the team, guess what? The team may not win. Am I right? Guess what? Bless you. Everybody in this room, every one of you guys, spiritually, when you walk with God, every one of you becomes a star player. And together, if we stay together and walk with God together as a team of God, we can win our victories with God if we're not out of the game. And that's the whole point, is the devil wants you out of.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.